their humble abodes to get a jolt from my electrodes. They did the monster mash. It was a graveyard smash. It caught on in a flash. They did the monster mash.
Can't get enough of those lights, man. Those are just amazing. The best $20 whatever I spent. Anyway, I'm gonna edit that out. Anyway, yo, people. Oh my god. So, this is officially my after Christmas unboxing for my dogs. I got another video I gotta do yet with them. Hopefully this week, if not later. But for right now, y'all, some of you may have been wondering where the hell I've been. I did do an update, a YouTube short, letting you guys know I was still here. I didn't disappear, I didn't move out of the country, I wasn't arrested, nothing crazy. What happened was, it must have been the 16th of November, which I believe was a Tuesday, my girlfriend's texting me, say, hey, and I'm still sleeping, but by the time I wake up, she's texting me saying, I may have just given you some free time off, or something like that. Or I hope you enjoy your vacation. Because that was the day she tested positive for the virus. And I'm just going to call it the virus, because I don't want YouTube to flag me if they're still doing that. So anyway, y'all know what virus I'm talking about. And then the human resource manager at where I work called me and left a message, say, hey, I need you to call me right away, blah, blah, blah. So I text her back, so what the hell's going on? And she said, well, I went to the doctor today because I thought I was sick and whatever. And we both kind of thought it was just like a nasal infection or something that wasn't the virus. Well, she tested positive. Ended up later. I might jump around in the story, okay? But anyway, we were talking about after we were both better, and we went out for pizza and a walk through the park to see some Christmas lights. Very fun time. We always have a great time together. Anyway, that's besides the point. We were talking about how we got tested, and she got tested in her car, and she said a nurse came out and had one swab from somebody else, I believe, and then hers after she tested them, and she took off without even putting anything over them, like putting them in a container. I'm sorry, that doesn't seem right to me, because when I got tested, I had to go to this Physicians Immediate Care, Urgent Care, whatever, and I parked my truck, and they're like, well, you gotta call us when you got there, so I called them, or texted them, I don't remember, and we were basically texting back and forth until, like, hey, you can come in now, and of course I guess they're assuming I probably have it, because of the way, because I walk in there, and there's like nobody in there, there's like nobody behind the desk, it's just I had to wear a mask or whatever, and I go into this room, this lady finally comes out, and I go into this room, and she sits me down, and she walks on over, and she's like, well, I'm going to go ahead and give this rapid test real quick, and then I'm going to take it for the results, and I'm going to come back, and I'm going to do your vitals. I'm like, okay, because she says that way at least we're doing something while we're waiting, even though it's like a 15-20 minute wait or whatever. Anyway, so long story short, her test was up the nose. You guys thought I was going to say something else. Up the nose, I almost did. And then she pulled it out, and then she put it in this thing, like a container, and then she hauled ass with it, like, you know, I'm like, well, and I'm thinking to myself, the way my girlfriend was tested is way different. I got to go inside, which I thought was weird. And the fact that this nurse that tested my girlfriend had somebody else's with hers, and then she was walking them back. Doesn't the I don't know, maybe doesn't oxygen have anything to do with the results? I don't know how this shit, I don't know, it just seemed like they were on opposite sides of the testing spectrum, if you ask me. I'm no medical professor, but it seems like they were just a total different, and they were 2 days apart. I mean, there's no way the fucking protocol changes that fast. Anyway, that's besides the point. So, on that Tuesday, when I called my human resource guy, I was like, all right, what's going on? He goes, well, as you're probably aware, your girlfriend was tested positive today, and of course I got to do the contact tracing, and she says you guys are together over the weekend, Saturday, whatever day it was. I'm like, yeah, that's true. He goes, so what we're going to have to do is quarantine you until you get tested, so I need you to call Physicians Urgent Care and set up an appointment. Or I think he sent me a link where I could just do it online. I think that's actually what happened. So I did that, and the soonest I can get in was Thursday, so I had to wait till Thursday to get it, the test. And I'll tell you what, that Tuesday I didn't really feel anything when I woke up. I mean, I never really feel anything when I wake up. But I didn't feel sick. Like, I didn't feel like anything was wrong when I woke up. But then I'm texting to my girlfriend, of course, pretty much throughout the day and throughout the night, like we usually do, and I'm sorry. And I started feeling like I had a headache, and then I started getting like a fever, like I started getting cold, like the chills and all that cool shit. So when Thursday rolled around, I still didn't feel that bad, but I had symptoms. I'm like, well, I have symptoms, so I mean, obviously I have something. Okay, so so I actually have my paperwork right here. Not that I'm trying to prove to you guys that I actually was positive, but on the 18th of November last year, 2021, at 2:26 p.m. was my patient, my provider, Jared Swain. Patient number. But anyway, this test was performed using a molecular NAAT-RT-PCR COVID-19 test and a nasal swab sample. So it's both? Okay. The test was performed using an antigen test and nasal swab sample. Okay. Type of test, that's what it is. I gotcha. Okay, you have test. So it says up here on the corner, I don't know if you guys can see that. I know I got some scribbly scratches and shits on here, but positive COVID-19 test result. So I waited in this room for probably 15-20 minutes, and for some fucking reason the lights went off. Like it just got like dark in this room, and I'm just sitting there like this. Like, why the fuck did it just get dark? You know what I mean? Like, are they? I thought they were closing. I'm like, no, it's an urgent care facility. I'm sure they're open later, like, 9 or something. So that's when the doctor walked in. He goes, oh, sorry about the lights. They're motion sensor, I think he said, or something like that. Because you must be as still as cool as a cucumber. And I'm like, well, I told him, I said, I don't really feel that bad. I mean, I have a slight headache, and I get the chills every once in a while. That was really all I had at this time. And some body aches and shit. I knew something was coming. And then he comes in in the office, this young doctor dude, and he says, well, guess what? You tested positive for COVID-19, even though I'm seeing right now that you're not extremely symptomatic. But he goes, wait for that 7 to 10 days or something like that. Wait a week or so, and that's usually when it hits people. So I actually got my summary here. Chills, yeah, without fever, and then a headache was unspecified. If not feeling better in 5 days, please see your primary physician. If you do not have one, please return to this clinic. So here's the thing. So my job set this up for me. So this is where they sent me, and then they hooked me up with a doctor that I was seeing via Zoom calls, which I had to download the app. I never Zoomed before. So, I mean, I thought it was complicated, but... And the doctor's name, not that I have to give it to you, was Dr. Hopkins. She was out of Illinois. Very, very cool doctor. I loved her. And so that's who I saw via these Zoom calls. And I don't remember if I made the first appointment or they did. It looks like I did. But here's where shit kind of got, where I kind of got a little pissed, okay? I'm not, like I said, I'm going to be all over the place with this fucking story, but this is kind of like what annoyed me, I guess. Because on here somewhere, I think, probably why I turned the page to begin with, it actually has, now this is what I don't understand about this virus, okay? Please follow CDC recommendations for quarantine and return to work guidance, handout given, which is right here. Okay, so there's a guidance for when I'm going to get better. Really? This paper is going to tell me when I'm just going to be cured? Based on timeline presented here in the clinic, which, how do you figure that? I sat in a dark room. In quarantine through end of day 11/26/21, out of quarantine as of 11/27/21. They gave me specific dates as to when I should return to work, be out of quarantine, and be 100% better. This whole thing with this virus, I know it's real, okay, because I've had it. But there's something really fishy going on in the background with this shit. Let's see here. You may take over-the-counter Tylenol and I better cut that shit right the fuck out. Ibuprofen, as directed on the bottle, for improvement of fever, sore throat, headache, and muscle aches. So basically what I was doing Tuesday when I found out that I might have this, I started popping Tylenol. To the point where I had to get the big bottle from Amazon. Recommended telemedicine follow-up, that's what it is. I guess that's what they called it. Chest pain, difficulty breathing, severe persistent dizziness. These are all, I guess, symptoms that I could have had. Anyway, please read the exit care documents provided. Thank you for service. Visited discharge. 1229. Oh, that's weird. Or 229, I'm sorry. So yeah, this is the packet he gave me. Yeah, at least 10 days since symptoms are first is when you'll probably feel your worst. Isolation keeps someone who is sick or tested positive for COVID-19 without symptoms away from others. Here's the thing, I live alone, so it's not like I could have affected anybody or anything anyway. But this date thing is going to come in handy later, or maybe right now, because I believe the 26th was a Friday? Saturday? I don't know. I was supposed to go back to work that Sunday, which was the Sunday after Thanksgiving. So I was sick through Thanksgiving. I missed Thanksgiving. I didn't have a fucking dinner or nothing. But the doctor kept me off of work because I had this sickness longer than this piece of paper wanted me to. And here's where the things got weird, because my human resource director called me up one day. I think it was Tuesday after Thanksgiving, when I was supposed to be back 2 days prior, and asked me what was taking me so long to get better. Because my quarantine date was supposed to be last Thursday, and you're supposed to be, or Friday, or whatever the fuck it was. So we had an interesting conversation over the phone. I told him, I was like, look, this virus has gotten into my lungs. I'm having, I could barely even talk at this point. I was having, like, my voice was gone, my chest was killing me. Actually, I was on different medications that I might have written down. Not that anybody probably knows what they are, but anyway, I was like, look, the virus got into my chest. I'm probably one step away from hospitalization for all I know. I know it's been this long, but I'm not. Basically, I told him, I was like, look, you sent me to this doctor, and this is what I'm doing. I'm following everything that you wanted me to do, and I'm following everything that this urgent care place wanted me to do, and I'm following everything that the Zoom call doctor wanted me to do. I said, I don't see what I'm doing wrong. I don't see what the problem is. I can't return to work because I haven't been released by the doctor that you provided for me. And it's almost like he didn't like that, because he's like, oh, well, I guess I didn't understand how they were doing it. I thought you were actually going in to see somebody. I'm like, I'm under quarantine. So you know that. So anyway, I was actually upset by this phone call, because he's telling me that I should have been back, and that, your quarantine date is 10 days past your first diagnosis for COVID. Everybody's different, though. He's like, well, very rarely do cases go past their quarantine date. I mean, they do, but it's well, I guess I'm one of the rare fucking cases, and what do you want me to do about it? I can barely fucking breathe. I'm on a sleep apnea device, as some of you may or may not know. I have a CPAP, which probably isn't really helping. I don't know if it was or not. Who could say? Yeah, it probably did in the long run, because at least it kept the air flowing. Oh my god. So the next thing, I think I had the Zoom call next day. And I asked this doctor, I basically told her, look, they're wanting me back to work. They're telling me I'm past my quarantine. And I was like, what are my fucking rights right now? Because I feel like they're forcing me back early. She said, you have every right in the world to worry about your health. Your health is your priority. They can't force you to do anything. I said, well, shit, this sure seems like they are. Oh my goodness. So anyway, I think it was like a day or two later, I sent my human resource guy, who I just kind of got fed up with. I sent him every doctor's note via, PDF file. Whatever the hell she told me to stay home for, or to do, or whatever, and I sent it all to him, and I'm like thinking to myself, isn't there a law against sharing your medical records with people? HIPAA law, right? And that's what I didn't like, because now he knows every medication I was on, what I went through, every symptom I had, and for how long. I'm like, well, this isn't his fucking right to know. But yet, he's the one that sent me and set this up. So is it or isn't it? I still don't think it is. I think him and the doctor should have got together. But he probably didn't even know who I was seeing. Even though the information I gave him had her name on it. that was the ugly part of the situation. Aside from being sick and having all these problems with this virus. And maybe I said this earlier. It's not like I wasn't taking the virus serious. I mean, I do know it exists, and I knew people have not survived and everything. My brother had it around Halloween, and his wife. So it was. I think I was pretty much like bound to get it eventually. That's kind of how I feel like everybody's probably gonna get it. But anyway, so the medication got to the point where I was on like 4 different things to get it out of my chest. They gave me one of those Arrow. What are those called? It's like you put it in, you get an inhaler, and you put it on the back. It's like an Arrow. Arrow is the first word, and there's the second word. I had to buy one of those. Excuse me, it's getting late. I had to buy one of those, and then you put it against on your lips, or you put your lips around it, pause on that, and then you inhale like 3 times or whatever the fuck. I don't remember. I did that like 2-3 times a day. It was basically to help get the medication that they gave you into your lungs, as opposed to just spraying it and letting it go all over the place. And then I was on something for my cough, because my cough was fucking terrible. Like I said, I had like no voice. I could barely even talk. And I'm just like coughing, like just, oh man. Nothing was like coming out though, you know, it was just like dry hacks, you know. So they gave me a medication for that, and they gave me a steroid. Like I said, and the steroid I took until it was gone. I still have some of the cough medication, but she did tell me to stay on the steroid and the other stuff. And then there was something else, but I can't remember what it is now. Or maybe that was all they gave me. I mean, and then of course I was on regular Tylenol. I just kept popping Tylenols just for the body aches and the head, because I had all that stuff. It basically is like the flu. And I had the body aches, I had the headaches, I had a really bad lower back ache. It got to the point where, like I said, I got into the lungs, and I had the runny nose, and I had the coughing. I didn't really have sneezing or anything like that, but I had the runny nose. I had the lack of voice. Excuse me. I don't know. It was just a bad situation, because honestly, I got tired of TV. I didn't know what the fuck to watch. I would just leave it on just to have something on. I would just fall asleep, wake up, fall asleep. That was like my life for like whatever it was, 3 weeks, 3 weeks probably. And I'll tell you what, the worst part about it is, which still kind of sucks, is losing your smell and taste, which I did lose both. I don't know if they're connected. I've heard that they are, but I don't think they are. I did lose both, and off and on I still lose my taste, and I still can't smell shit. I can't smell anything right now. Now, I'm in my basement. I don't know what to expect to smell down here anyway. But I only have 20% use in one of my nostrils anyway. It's like 80% like just clogged, or just blocked, let's say. Not clogged, that sounds terrible. Because my sleep apnea doctor gave me a thorough like air passage checkup, I guess. He goes, man, what are your nostrils? It's only like 20%. So I wonder why you can't smell anything. Because you're almost a half of what normal people are. And plus the fact that you can't sleep for shit anyway, you know. So it sucks, because when I had the virus, when I was down and out, living on my couch upstairs, I barely ate, because I just didn't have an appetite for anything. And you really don't have an appetite for anything when you can't taste anything. Now, of course, as it progressed, and as I got to feeling better, I started having like cravings for just random. I was like, man, the first craving I had was Arby's roast beef sandwich with the Arby's sauce and the horsey sauce on it. Just smother that shit. I wanted one so bad. I was like, man, I'm about to go get me one of these fucking things, even though I feel like shit. But then it's like I'm playing. I was like, well, I'm not gonna be able to fucking taste it anyway. What a waste of fucking money, you know. Well, that would have been. But the good news is, I'm better. I'm back. I got my groceries delivered twice, which was an interesting experience, because I've never done it before until now. They're really thorough. Those, whoever's shopping for you, they'll like text you and tell you what they're out of, or what they, you know, like they don't have this anymore, but they do have this, or whatever. That was kind of cool. And they just left it on my front porch, you know. And then my sister, I had to send my sister to get my prescription for that I just talked about. So all in all, it sucked, because I really felt like, I'm sorry guys, I really felt like I lost 3.5, whatever the hell it was. When did I actually go back? Hold on. I think I went back. Yeah, I went back December 3rd, which was a Thursday, just to try to see if I could do it. And then the weekend came again. So basically, from the 18th to December 3rd, so that's probably 3 weeks, I guess. I was down and out, man. I was like, I can't do shit. I mean, I did watch some, like a Netflix series and some movies I've been meaning to watch, but it's just like, you feel like shit. The fucking virus kicks people's ass. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Some people are okay in a few days. Some people are okay, 3 weeks, Like my girlfriend got better before I did. She went to work like a week before I did. But that's just how it happens, I mean, not everybody gets it in their lungs like I did. So, fight me. I'm kidding. So, I would not wish that virus upon anybody. Like I said, maybe I just didn't take it seriously. Maybe it's like, hey, this is what you get for kind of like rolling your eyes at the whole thing on occasion. Whatever, because you're kind of like the rest of the world and you're kind of just tired of it and tired of hearing about it, but it's still there and you still got to prepare for it and yada yada, and now the fucking thing's going crazy again, but hopefully my body's still got some antibodies in it, so I don't get this shit again. Because let me tell you, I had to break my diet, which sucked, because last time I weighed myself, I got back up to 308, because I was just eating anything that I felt like I could. I ate a lot of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and soup, which sounds really weird, but I think it was just comfort food, and I think it's like, well, it was like enough to satisfy me without like ordering shit from Domino's or something, which again, it would have been a fucking waste of money. It's not like I did that, but that would have been dumb. Anyway, where was I? I think that's probably about it. I don't know what else to say. Sounded good anyway. Man. Yeah, so fuck that virus. You can kiss my ass. And yeah. Anyway, thanks for the subscriptions. They seem to be going up. I'm almost at 100. I don't know why. I'm not asking for you guys to push the sub button or whatever, but I do appreciate it, of course, because, I mean, I don't know. I do this because I want to do it. Number one. Number two, anybody who's likes my content enough to subscribe so they can get notifications or so it shows up on their YouTube feed is pretty fucking special to me, I didn't think, you guys would, anybody be like, oh, this guy's kind of kooky, he does weird shit, he's random, he talks a lot, his videos are too long. But you guys are fucking doing it. I guess I don't know why, but I appreciate it. I mean, fuck, man. I never, I don't do this. This is all I do. I got other shit going on. So it's kind of cool that you guys are doing that for me. It seems like my views are going up too. What's going on there, huh? You guys sharing me? Is that what's going on? Huh? You guys saying, hey, check this weirdo out. He likes to talk about stupid shit. And it's usually paranormal stuff, car show stuff. It's usually unboxing some random ass shit. Check them out. One of those deals. Is that what you guys are doing, huh? Let me tell you. I just stutter. I think once I hit 100 subscribers, I feel like I should do something for you 100 subscribers. Whether you're watching me regularly or not, I definitely think I should be giving away something, which I might have to think about. Like an Amazon gift card or something I could just send you guys. What do they call that? Where it's not really not virtually. Shut up, Joe. God, it's late. You know what I mean? Like a code, like a shit. I gotta go because obviously I'm tired. I don't know what I'm talking about, and I don't know what time it is. But I feel like I've been ranting for at least 24 minutes because I have. How are you guys? Man, I feel like I'm missing this shit. Like I actually miss doing this shit. That's probably why I won't shut the fuck up. Now, I do have another Ghost Black session coming up after this, and then probably I got 3 more bark boxes to open for my dogs, which I haven't filmed yet, but it'll be soon. I might just do that upstairs again. Seems more convenient that way for them, especially. Other than that, let's see what else I got going on. I may even have some surprise content coming later. You don't even know. I won't even tell you. You know why? Because it's a fucking surprise. What the hell's wrong with me, man? You guys can push stop now. Whatever. You can go on to your next feed video, whatever it is. Go down and click on Markiplier or Jacksepticeye or somebody. You know what I mean? Like, you could just stop. Just push stop. That's okay. Close your phone. Do it. or your tablet or whatever. Your laptop. All your devices. Just close it right now. Or scroll down. Keep scrolling down to see who else is down there. Anyway. Seriously though, thanks for all the support and whatever you guys are doing. Keep doing it. I mean, I'm kidding. I'm alive. That's all that matters. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching this long-ass video that didn't mean to be this long. I appreciate it, and I will see you guys later. Stay spooky, stay creepy, and have a blessed goddamn new year.